Hello everyone, this is Justin. You're looking at the first mate with Jolly Roger's Fishing Adventures, and we're here today to show you how to tie a Murrells Inlet flounder rig, for those of you that don't know and are interested. So here we go. First off, we're going to show you what we use, and that would be a three-way swivel, which is this item right here. You can see it good. And that's just a three-way swivel. Then we're using a 1 ounce bullet weight that has another swivel that comes attached to it. And then we are using a Kahle hook, a K-A-H-L-E, otherwise known as a circle hook. And that's very important because those hooks probably give you a 50 to 75% better hookup rate with your fish than any other of the standard hooks that the old timers use. In addition to that, we're going to be using 30-pound fluorocarbon as our leader material, and we will show you where that is in just a second. So anyway, here we go. Justin, if you want to show them. He's going to hook the first one up. And as you can see, he goes through the loop twice. Creates a little double loop. And we'll show you another video later on how to actually tie this knot, because it's real hard to see on here and we probably need some drawings. So first off, you're tying we're using 15-pound fishing line on our reel, so you're tying that straight to the three-way, or you could have a little clip there, quick detached clip, if you wanted to be able to change your tackle out, but we usually don't use that. So now he is measuring out the distance it's going to be to hook the weight up with, and he's creating another loop that we're going to attach the weight to. We'll show you how to do that in just a second. But you're using the same piece of fishing line off your rod and reel for that, not leader material. And that way your weight, if it gets hung up, it can break away without destroying your whole rig. So if you see what he's done there, he's tied the loop in the rig. Lay that down where they can see it better. He's tied that up where this rig, so that the weight can now be attached to the circle hook. And we just tied a loop in that, and that stays right there, and that will allow us to hook the weight up and take it off when we stop fishing, so that the weight doesn't beat against your pole and mess it up. So now the next job will be to tie the three-way to the fishing line. It's going to hook to the reel. So again, that's the same knot. And on the previous thing that he just tied for the weight, that is about a hand length away from the three-way swivel, the length of that. And what we normally do, the reason we get the hand length is because down here the size of the oysters that you're trolling through are normally, they're about the size of your hand, the oyster beds. And so that weight can fall down in the oysters without dragging your bait and your three-way and everything down into the oysters with it and letting it get hung up. So now he has the three-way, one side of it is tied to the fishing line, one side of it has the short hand length loop tied that we're going to hook the weight to, and now he is going to tie the hook on with 30-pound fluorocarbon. So about twice as heavy as our fishing line, and we use about 32 inches. One good arm length. Keep that away from the weight and allow the minnow to have freedom to swim around without spooking the fish. And again, we're using a 30-pound fluorocarbon because that's a lot tougher for the fish to bite through. And it's not metal, it's practically invisible in water, so it doesn't spook the fish. And again, it's the same type of knot that he was using previously. How many twists around do you do?
4 to 6. I do 5 on the 15 and 4 on the 30.
Get it to cinch up there. Looking good. And then when you snip that off, how close do you snip it? The extra line there.
Doesn't really matter, just not so long. It's just hanging off.
When he pulls that hook out of, when he's tying these knots and he's pulling it out of the frame, he's actually putting it in his mouth to wet the line so it slides up on the hook eye better. Looks good. Alright, so that's it. Right now we have probably impossible to see, but there's the rod tip. We come down here and we've got the, slide your hands back, the three-way swivel, and then we've got about 32 inches down to our hook. Now he's going to show you how to hook the weight to that. And we usually, like I said, don't hook the weight up until we are out there to fish, and that way when you're carrying your rod around with this rig on it, the weight is not slapping your rod and tearing everything up and getting tangled. So this is a pretty neat way to do this without spending money on a clip. You just slide both loops through the eye of the swivel, and then you take the big loop and put the weight through it and then slide it up. So now it's just attached, and you can basically just reverse that process to remove the weight like he's doing now. Boom, it comes off. And then what we do to just carry the when we're transporting it, we just hook the hook in that, or you can hook it on some poles if you have it. There's a little piece of wire down here on the side of the pole that's made to hook the hook through, if you were wondering what that was for. And then just tighten it up, and you're ready to go flounder fishing with that rig in Murrells Inlet. And we'll show you what kind of bait to use and how to tie the knot next time.